New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
Hello out there. Hello and welcome. So, hey, got a question for you. Have you ever heard that saying about that thoughts are things? Have you ever realized that the way that you think and the thoughts that you think do make a difference in your life, in the way that your life is unfolding? Well, I have news for you. I have some tips for you to share with you today. So welcome. And thank you for joining us here at New Thought Media Network. And I am Reverend Lisa, and I am a spiritual coach, and I am here to share some tips with you about what your thoughts are doing and that thoughts are things. So welcome, and thank you for joining us. Today is May 19th, 2021, and I'm so glad that you're here. So as you noticed the sign that as you were coming in, it's talking about Inner Dazzle. So what is an Inner Dazzle? So our Inner Dazzle it's that part of ourselves. Sorry, my hair gets in the way. It's that part of ourselves that is our innermost connected part that comes from a place of harmony, that is full of love and full of life. It's that part of you that lives in authenticity. It's that part of you that lives grounded and lives a full and happy life. So that is your Inner Dazzle. And I'm here today to help you connect with your Inner Dazzle. And we're going to do it today by connecting to our thoughts and recognizing that thoughts are things. So the question I have for you is, are you aware of your thoughts, and do you listen to what you say to yourself? When you wake up in the morning, are you just jumping out of bed and just hit the ground running without taking any time to be mindful and to center yourself as you prepare for the day? Do you say positive things when you wake up in the morning to yourself? Or do you say negative things when you wake up in the morning? I want you to begin to create some new awareness in how you are and how you think in the way that you are, and how you're thinking in the way that you talk to yourself makes a huge difference. Because then when we go out into the world, or we are at home, when we talk to our children, as we talk to our spouse, that all makes a difference. The thoughts are things. So we want to be aware of what kind of thoughts we're creating in our lives. Do you ever have that saying where you go, oh, I just woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. And then you just say, well, today's going to suck and I might as well just give up and it's going to be just a crappy day. So you can change your thinking. The thing is it's only a belief. It's just a belief and it's only in your head. You can change that at any time. Anytime. You can switch that around and say, well, I might have woke up on the wrong side of the bed and I feel kind of crappy this morning. But you know what? Change your thoughts. Thoughts are things. Change your thoughts. You can make your negative day into a positive day, into a productive day. So do you feel like you're in control of your life or out of control? Do you feel like your life is you're just going from one thing to the next and you're just out of control and you don't really know what's happening and you feel like everything's happening to you? Do you ever feel that way? Like, well, why do I even try? Because everything just happens. Everything bad happens to me anyway. Do you ever have those thoughts? Well, it's time to recognize and realize that, you know what? You have the power to change that. You have the power to change how your day unfolds, how your life unfolds. It's definitely important for us to be aware of that. So I just want to say welcome and hello really quick. I forgot to say hi to all my Facebook people. Good afternoon. Hello. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Always good to have you guys here with me. So yes, thoughts are things. So if you're not aware of your thoughts and your life is not where you want it to be, I have good news for you. You have the power within to make new choices and new thoughts and a new life, a good life, a life that's fun, a life that's happy and harmonious. You have the power to do that and create that. And one of the experiences that I wanted to share, I thought back about, well, okay, when was this happening to me, when I began to recognize and become aware of my thoughts and aware of what I was thinking. And it was many, many years ago, before I got into the school ministry and went through my practitioner training and all of those wonderful programs that helped me grow my consciousness and grow my thoughts and grow and help me create a new awareness, a new level of consciousness. So in the process of doing that over the last 30 years, I would say probably in my mid-20s, 30s is when I began to create more of a conscious life. So the thing was, so this used to be my excuse, was always like, well, I used to be, so I am a hairdresser, that's one of my trades. So I got all these hats I wear. So hairdressers, hairstylists, I've done it for probably 25, 30 years. So the question, it used to always be to me, well, why do I want to do more than just hair? I want to be more creative. I want to be more, whatever. And not that doing hair is a bad thing. It's a good thing. And it is one way to share your creativity. But when I got to a place in my life where I realized I was wanting more and I was wanting to explore a deeper part of myself and explore who I am, as becoming a minister and all those great things that I did. So it took a long time, but I began to realize, well, I can be a hairdresser and more. So what I've done is I've shifted into recognizing and changing those thoughts from, yes, I am a hairdresser and I can do more. So yes, you can say I am whatever maybe you're currently doing, and I can choose to do more. I can choose to create a bigger and better life for myself. It's totally up to you. So what I'm doing now, I'm working with a business coach, a spiritual business coach, which she's fantastic. And I am learning a whole new world of Facebook ads. I'm learning all kinds of stuff about my website. I'm learning all these new things, and it's making all my brain kind of get jumbled. But I just keep repeating and knowing that as I am changing and learning new thoughts and new ways to do things, I'm able to create more and be more. And when I can do that, that means that I'm more in tune with my inner dazzle, and then I'm being more creative and productive, and I can support and help more people, which is what I want to do with my life. It's being that spiritual coach, spiritual life coach. So I have tip one for you. The idea is we want to be an observer. We're going to be an observer of our thoughts. Achieving the perspective of awareness of yourself is only possible by becoming the observer in your life. That is by Ray Dodd. So number one, thoughts about yourself. I want you to begin to create more awareness about thoughts about yourself. What do you think about yourself? Are you nice to yourself? Do you say nice things to yourself? Do you watch what you say? Do you watch the things that you do, or maybe the way that you look in the mirror? And how do you feel? Do you feel like you're being productive? Do you feel like you're being happy and harmonious in your life? Just some questions for you. And then, do you listen? Listen to yourself. Listen to your thoughts. Thoughts about yourself and thoughts about other. I want you to think about those things, because those are definitely really important. So with your thoughts, I want you to watch your thoughts. I want you to feel your thoughts, not just think them. I want you to feel it. How does it feel when you think that? How's it feeling in your body? And I also want you to listen to your thoughts. And as you begin to create more of an awareness and you develop more of a deeper spiritual practice, when you take time to be still, like we do our prayer time in the morning, 8:15 and 8:15 to 8:30 Mountain Standard, come and check us out. Come and sit in for a prayer. It's beautiful because we take time to actually be present and listen. We be present, we listen and we pray. It's a great way to start your day. So I want you to check that out. So watch, feel, and listen. So I have another quote for you. Quote number one, it is the ability to control your experiences and have the result in happiness, prosperity, and success lies in our own mind and the way that you use it. This means you control your own experience. So great. Oh my gosh. That actually, I have to show you this really quick. So I don't know who the author is of that, but I have this little, it's on a little piece of paper. Whoa. And it's such a beautiful quote. I don't know who it's by, but I thought it was awesome. So I think it's just author unknown. So this means you can control your own experience. That's the whole point of this, is that thoughts are things, and that you can create a new life and create more fun and more happiness and more abundance by the way that you think. So we're going to work on being more aware of our thoughts. So I have a little piece that I want to read from you, and it's from this book called The Power of Belief, and it's Essential Tools for an Extraordinary Life. And that is by Ray Dodd. Great little book. He actually signed it too. It was really cool. I actually saw him back many, many years ago, and he actually signed my book. So cool. So anyway, he says in over here. So he says, developing the habit of awareness, developing a habit of awareness is most of the task. Creating new awareness. Perhaps 90% of the journey. So that's creating the awarenesses, which is what you're doing right now by watching this show and by beginning to be mindful and more aware. It's 90% of the job, 90% of the journey. In order to recover your awareness, you must practice awareness. Recovering your awareness allows you to separate yourself from your habitual point of view so that you can observe your point of view. Practicing awareness permits you to become the witness to your own reactions. So as you become aware, then you become the witness. You get to be aware of these thoughts and what you're thinking and what you're doing. So you become the witness to your own reactions and the stories that emerge from those reactions. So therefore, then you're able to create new thoughts and new reactions instead of staying stuck in the old patterns. So that is the good news about that. So yeah, another question I'd ask you would be, so have you tried any of these things? Have you tried them and feel like it's not working? Maybe you think, well, I've just tried to change and it just never works. I'm just going to be stuck in my old stuff. Or maybe you're thinking, well, I tried to get my partner to change, but they're never going to change. I'm just going to be stuck with this fuddy-duddy or whatever it is that your complaint might be about this person. But the idea is that we can't change other people, but we can change how we react to them, and we can change how we think. So the idea is to change that awareness. That's the whole idea. Put the focus first on yourself. So tip number 2 I have for you is to be a doer. We're going to be a doer. You're going to take action with your thoughts. So you might ask, well, what does that mean, taking action with your thoughts? So the origin of thought is unique to each individual. Some people are naturally gifted in the ability to see things differently. But there is one point on which all these readers agree. Thought alone does not determine success. It is the action taken as a result of that thought that creates real results. So that is by Bob Proctor. He does a really great book. So yeah, this book is called Thoughts Are Things, and it's really, really fantastic. I just got to show you it really quick. Thoughts Are Things. This is by Bob Proctor and Greg Reed. It's a really cool little book. It's focused mostly on business and becoming more successful and creating success in your life, but it all goes back to what your thoughts are. What are we thinking? What are we putting out there? So yeah, definitely check that out. This is a good little book. He's got some great stuff in there. Great examples of how to change your thinking. So we're going to go into number 1, and I want you to look at number 1, and it is to stop. So when you're thinking, or when you're not thinking, or you're just out there doing your thing without having any awareness, I want you to stop. I want you to catch yourself in a negative thought. I want you to just catch yourself. That's the number 1 thing. That to me right there is creating the awareness. So number 2 is to recreate the thought. We're going to redirect. That's the whole idea, is that, first of all, you want to catch yourself. And I actually will say, I'll find myself saying, stop, if I'm thinking negative things or things that are derogatory or negative to myself or others. So we stop, we catch yourself in the thought, then you recreate the thought. And the exciting news about that is that when you recreate the thought, you are actually redirecting the synapses in your brain. You can actually do it through movement, physical activity, and then you speak your new thought, put it out into the universe. And I found a really cool video I want you to check out. It's by Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he is on YouTube. Dr. Joe Dispenza. So go to YouTube and go into Dr. Joe Dispenza's page, and then learn how to and the actual clip is learn how to reprogram your mind. It's just absolutely fabulous. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's really great. You're going to love it. So that I want you to do that. Go check that out because it's really huge. He has a lot of great videos, and they're pretty short, and they just are designed for us to just begin to tweak our thinking and change our mind, shift our thinking, because you really can do that for yourself. Recreate the synapses, recreate how that is energy is charging, and he can describe it. I'm not very good at that because he's the doctor. I'm not. But anyway, it's good stuff. So the cool thing is when you learn how to reprogram your mind, and what he says is we become what we think most of the time. We become what we think about most of the time. He says that's the strangest secret, which I thought was kind of funny. Okay, so number three is to begin to anchor a new thought. So number three, anchor a new thought. So we're going to redirect the synapses in your brain. And Eckhart Tolle even talks about it too. He says, instead of watching the thinker, you can also create a gap in the mind stream by simply directing the focus of your attention into the now. And I wrote down no mind like meditation, which I know is kind of weird, but it makes sense to me. So it makes sense to me. All right. So next we have, so I thought that was pretty fascinating. I don't know what you guys think about that, but let me know if you have any thoughts or anything you want to add. Certainly put it in our chat over there. We'd love to hear some insights from you guys about ways that you think positively or how you're able to shift your thinking. So now I have quote number 2. So quote number 2 is, I don't want to lose my ability to analyze and discriminate. There it is. I don't want to lose my ability to analyze and discriminate. I wouldn't mind learning to think more clearly in a focused way, but I don't want to lose my mind. So the gift of thought is the most precious thing we have. Without it, we would just be another species of animal. I love that. I thought that was great. And that's actually by Eckhart Tolle. This fabulous book, The Power of Now. Oh my gosh, it's a guide to spiritual enlightenment. Definitely want to check that book out. Got a lot of great book resources for you today because there are some really wonderful things in there for you guys. So that is definitely something that's great that he talks about. So the idea is that when we realize that thoughts are things and we begin to think in a different way, we begin to create a new awareness about our thoughts. What kind of thoughts are we saying to ourselves? What kind of thoughts we're saying to other people, or thinking and then saying, how we're treating ourselves. Are you kind to yourself? Do you say kind things, or are you just mean and hateful? That can create some disease in your body and some unhealthy habits. So begin to be aware. And that's the cool thing is after you watch this today, you will be more aware because that's just definitely a shift in your brain, definitely a shift in your thinking. So by first having a new awareness of our thoughts, we can take control of our thoughts. So create the awareness, and then you begin to take control of your thoughts. And you can begin to be more selective of the different types of thoughts that you're having. You don't have to stay in that stuck negative spinning around and around. You can shift it. You can say stop, move on to the new thing, move on to something better, move on to a different way of thinking. It's that simple. We have more peace in our lives. We can live the life we want. We can live a life of happiness and fulfillment. That is what that is for. Thoughts are things. Definitely remember that. So I have one last quote for you, and it is the drop of dazzle. And I like to add that at the end. So when we live our lives in awareness, it helps us very much, and it helps others as well. When we find that we have more peace, we find we can have more peace, more calm, and more joy, which we can share with others. That is the good news, and that's by Thich Nhat Hanh. That comes from this little book, Present Moment, Wonderful Moment. That is Thich Nhat Hanh. He is a little monk, Tibetan monk, and he has very wise man. Check that little book out. It's called Present Moment, Wonderful Moment. Lots of wonderful book resources for you guys today. So you have a lot of homework. You can get into those books. Find a book that calls you and begin to read it, and realize that you will begin shifting your mind, your consciousness, your thoughts, your awareness. And it only for the good. It's just going to make your life better. That's the good news about it. So, all right. So as we kind of close up, I just want to invite you guys to, if you have any challenges or anything that you need, I am available for like a 20-minute to half-hour call, free of charge. So call me. I am a spiritual life coach. So that's what I'm here for to do, is to support you. So I have my Facebook page, I have my email, lisa@innerdazzle.com. Email me there. And then I also have my Facebook page, my Rev Lisa page, and that is facebook.com. And then you go to Spiritual Resource. Then I also have my YouTube. Yes. Go to my YouTube, because there's a lot of great little tools, simple tools that you can begin to using. So go on to YouTube, Inner Dazzle LLC, subscribe there. Also, while you're there, go to NT Media Network, New Thought Media Network, and subscribe there as well, because then you can get all of our wonderful videos and all of the beautiful programs that we have. We offer lots of different programs, and they are lots of different styles with different personalities. So you'll find a program that fits you and that serves you and that can help inspire your life and guide you into a more spiritual way of thinking and being, which creates better thoughts, a better life experience. That's what we're here for, is to support you in that. So that is the great thing. Our series continues next week, and we're gonna move into a little more mindfulness. We're gonna actually do a mindfulness. We're gonna do a little bit of experiential next week. So join me next week for that. Same time, same place, Wednesday from 1 to 1:30 Mountain Time. And you can also send your donations and tithes to Rev Lisa on my Venmo. So just go to Rev Lisa 1, tithes and gifts, if you are so moved by that. Also, we want you to support our network. This network is amazing. We are growing, and it's getting bigger and bigger. Go to ntmedia.org and click on donate. Send your tithes and your gifts there. We are so grateful and appreciative of that. And you can see me also in the mornings and evenings. We have live prayers. So again, 8:15 to 8:30 Mountain Standard every morning, every evening. So join in for that. If you're needing a little uplifting, or you just want to have some chill time, join us for those prayers. It'll be a great insight for you. So thank you again for joining me today. And I like to always just say, our time together is a celebration of your personal empowerment. And I am here to help you connect with your inner dazzle. So thank you very much for being here, and always leave them dazzled. Thank you, and peace and blessings. And I will see you soon. Bye.